Weird Al is just getting hounded to do My Corona. My Corona. But he's like, there's no goddamn way I'm doing that.
He's like, it's too soon.
Well, he's like, people are dying.
Yeah.
I can't make a song about that. I'd be like...
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, look at Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They did Everyone Has AIDS.
Yeah.
And that was 20... Well, This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by Packy Brand Haunted Ghost Pepper Chips. Why would you need to make chips this spicy? Yeah.
This episode is also brought to you by social distancing. Jeff and I aren't doing it. Actually, we're 6 feet apart on this couch, so it's fine.
You have your own couch.
Yeah, we have separate couches. It's fine.
This is Real Garbage.
I was going to say we're not sharing droplets.
No. I'm in my bubble.
Although those ghost pepper chips probably make you sweat.
Oh, they're way too hot. I like spice.
You're a spice guy.
I will put a whole jalapeno in my eggs in the morning, like, a little good sized one. Doesn't affect me at all. The first time I had those chips, I had about 7 or 8, and I'm thinking, yeah, these are good. And you know how it is when you eat something spicy and it starts to burn, you're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You have to keep eating more to soothe it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's this weird phenomenon. It's like we've talked about this before, eating Lay's ketchup chips and salt and vinegar. Your mouth stops burning only when you keep eating them. It's when you stop eating them that you're like, fuck.
Well, with these ones, with Lay's, it's about, you get a 30 to 60 second window before you're like,
True.
I need more chips. These things, like within 10 seconds, you're going, my nose has been running for the last hour. I ate that whole bag. I'm really, really dreading tomorrow morning. But yours are 1 out of 5 on the heat scale. Like, what is it? Flip that bag around. There's actually a heat scale on the back.
Mine is in the green saying, you're a fucking bitch.
Well, what is it? What does it actually say on there? Read all 5 from mildest to hottest.
Mildest, not hot.
There you go. You
bitch.
fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch.
Those taste like Doritos classic nacho cheese kind of.
Except better.
They are better because they're like corn chips. They're tasty. They're like
the
Tostitos.
Second, kind of hot.
Kind of hot.
Meaning I'm kind of judging you.
Yeah, are you sweating right now?
Yeah.
This
Weak.
is like 2 out of 5.
Yeah. 3 out of 5. Hot. Okay.
That's it. These are hot.
Yeah, eating hot chips, hot wings.
And they're not hot. They're not hot, though. I've tried all 5.
4, super hot.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Okay, bro. I kind of respect you for eating a whole bag of super hot chips. That's okay.
The super hot ones are the fiery chili lime. Mm-hmm. And you could eat the whole bag and just...
And they're fiery chili wine.
Yeah.
They're hot.
And haunted ghost pepper.
Freaking hot.
They should say fucking hot.
Yeah, that's a big dick move. Eating the whole bag in one sitting. That's a big dick move.
It's the thing you got to make sure you don't touch your dick after because I had an experience once. I don't know where the crumb came from. It might have got stuck in my mustache or beard or something.
And then you went down on yourself?
Well, no. Yeah. Doesn't everybody? I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden, I touched my face, and crumb got in my eye.
Oh, no.
Haunted ghost pepper in my eye.
A crumb of these.
A crumb, not those ones.
No, but your
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. It was in my beard or something. I was kind of, then all of a sudden, it just jumped up in there.
No way.
And I'm like in my apartment going, God damn it. It hurt so much. Like for 10 straight minutes, I'm just splashing water in my eyes in the bathroom, trying not to cry. So now when I eat them,
shit.
Even today when I was eating them, I was like, I'd go to scratch my face and go, no.
You need to quarantine yourself eating those chips. You need a hazmat suit.
They're so good though.
Yeah, they were good.
Because those ones, I don't know what it is. There's ingredients in there that don't make my back hurt. Because if I eat like Old Dutch chips or Doritos or anything else, there's something in there that causes inflammation. But I can eat a whole bag of these Packy chips. Or Packy? How do you say it? Packy. P-A-Q-U-I.
Bucky?
Packy.
Buckwheat?
Yeah, I'm saying it right. I'm just saying it more like...
It depends on what language. If it's like Spanish, or if it's like, and which dialect of Spanish. If it's like Spain Spanish, Mexican Spanish, Portuguese Spanish, probably depends.
Well, where are they made?
Probably
Saskatchewan.
Austin, Texas.
These are made in Austin, Texas.
They're Packy chips.
We'll make these chips down here. We're
Yogi.
going to bring you all sorts of flavors. You want ghost pepper? Rub them in your eyes. I was laughing about it. I said we could probably get UFC pay-per-view tickets pretty cheap coming up here, but we won't be able to come back.
Yeah.
Because some friends of mine just got back from Thailand for a month, and a bunch of them can't even go to work. They got quarantined for 2 weeks. It's wild.
My grandparents had a trip to Mazatlan, Mexico, and they were supposed to leave on the 18th in like 3 days. And they canceled their trip a couple of days ago. And they're kind of bitter about it, not because they're like, nah, coronavirus, stupid, like ruining our trip. They're just kind of like low-key upset because they keep looking at, obviously, COVID-19 updates. And where they were wanting to go, Mazatlan, have 0 confirmed cases. Whereas here on the island, we have 1.
Yeah.
So right now, Mazatlan is looking safer. So my grandparents are kind of like, we didn't have to cancel our trip really, but they were like, the reason they canceled it was because they weren't worried about being quarantined, and they weren't worried about getting sick, funnily enough. I'm freaking out always. They were worried about not being able to get home. They were like, we don't want to be trapped in Mexico. We don't want to be like to a point where all flights are stopped. Like
I would think opposite of that. Like, what better place to be stuck than Mexico? Think about it. If you couldn't leave, you're like, oh man, we can't get back to Canada. Sorry, I cannot fulfill my responsibilities at work and this and that. I'm stuck in a tropical paradise.
True.
So that, and with no cases of COVID-19.
True. But being grandparents,
yeah,
they're worried about like their meds running out.
Oh, Mexico has cheap drugs.
Well, yeah, but
they're closer to Panama. They can get all sorts of treatments they can't get up here. They can go get shot up with some protein-rich plasma, some stem cell stuff. They'll just turn them into cyborgs for like a quarter of the price.
True.
I would much rather be stuck down there.
But I think like my grandma has like mad anxiety, so she'd be anxious being like forcibly kept away from like me and the house.
I guess you get used to it after a while. You'd be like, oh, sorry, honey. The flights, they're just not going. But I just read that the airports are open. No, we can't get out there.
Fake news. It's Fox.
Bring a couple more double shots of tequila and 2 more margaritas. No, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
My big worry would be just the airports.
Yeah.
You'd have to be so careful. Like,
because you get sick, like every time I travel, I call it surface sick, where I don't get sick enough that I am like DOA for the first few days of my trip. I get on a plane. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I get to my destination. I get my second wind. I go everywhere all day. And then the next day when I wake up, I'm like, and I feel sick and I'm like, fuck. But then it doesn't last. It's just that recycled tin can fart air.
I got that surface sickness.
Yeah.
Recycled fart air. Ugh.
It is.
I've let a few farts go on planes.
Wow.
It's like we get to a point where
breathe that in.
You can't.
You breathe that back in.
Your own farts don't smell as bad as other people's.
No.
They never do. But when they do, that's when you just got to kind of look at yourself and go,
reevaluate your life choices.
What did I just eat? What changed?
You're like, what's going on inside me?
I did that one night. I was just really craving spaghetti. And I had like 2 big helpings of spaghetti. And then the next day at work, I'm thankful that I work outside. And I'm just like, I'm going to go stand over
office,
here.
Could you imagine?
Well, I used to work in TV, so sitting in a control room was the worst. Because thankfully, I was in the audio booth for a lot of the time, so I could just let them go in the audio booth. People are like, Oh, hey, can I come back? Don't come in here. Don't. I'll come out to you. We got a minute left in the story. I'll step out. You do not want to come in here right now because you will die.
You will die.
I guess, yeah, because right now, if you want to travel anywhere, you got to drive there if it's close.
Yep.
Or fly there. Or if it's close enough, you can run. And if you're really, really fast like Sonic the Hedgehog, you could just run anywhere you want.
Boom. Woo.
This movie,
Wow.
I was surprised
Yeah.
because I wasn't surprised at all because I had no expectations. I didn't hear from anyone if it was good or not. I only checked the reviews, the scores on Rotten Tomatoes today, and saw 62% from the critics and 93% from the viewers.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is crazy. Like that's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
And we've watched a few movies that had low critic score and high viewer score, and usually they're pretty spot on with the ratings. This one, I don't know if I agree with 93%.
No.
It was watchable.
Yeah.
It had a pretty weak storyline. So the storyline goes, Sonic the Hedgehog is a hedgehog. A mutant hedgehog of... what?
What?
I thought he was a human.
Wow.
He's some sort of weird hedgehog alien with unlimited powers that we don't know about. Don't know where they came from. We just know that he's from a different planet. And he speaks English, which is surprising because he's an alien.
They got
And
ASL over there.
I guess. And they can travel through dimensions. Not dimensions. They just travel through the universe with the rings that he collects. And so he ends up coming to Earth after he gets hunted down because he's powerful on his home planet. Gets to Earth. He lives there for a few years, we learn. Follows, like a stalker from you, follows this man and wife and their dog for years. Basically becomes their friend, even though they don't know him. And in the meantime, he tries to play baseball one night, causes an electromagnetic pulse to explode from his body, sets off the military. They assign Dr. Robotnik to the case, and the story unfolds from there. So where do we start? His home planet.
Yeah. I mean, obviously his home planet is where we play the video game.
Yeah.
Like, obviously. But I don't remember the owl.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was an add-on.
Long Claw.
Yes.
Well, this story itself, I played. Did you ever play Sonic the Hedgehog, the game?
Yeah.
There was never any real explanation of the story. It was just Sonic's going to go check out, find some rings.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Robotnik shows up at the end. I even looked like I was trying to do some research while we were watching this of like what his story is. And he just lives on this planet, collects rings. Dr. Robotnik's a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
they
could have went anywhere with
background.
this story. Yeah. And they didn't give us any backstory of his home planet, where the rings come from, what the rings are, how they give them the ability to teleport.
How they work.
Yeah, where Longclaw came from, how these animals speak English, how they understand this technology.
And why those other animals on his home planet that I assume are the same species as Sonic because they have the same eyeballs were trying to like hunt him down. And I feel like they were obviously setting this up for a sequel.
Oh, 100%.
And I genuinely don't know if that's going to happen because there have been movies where there shouldn't be a sequel, and there are several. And then there are movies where I'm like, I need a sequel to this. This can't be a standalone. And not the case. Like World of Warcraft. I need a sequel to that. I need it. Or a prequel. Either way, there needs to be more World of Warcraft movies. And it did incredibly well in Asia. Not so much North America. And I haven't looked at the stats of this movie, but I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like this in Asia was probably like huge hit.
Oh, definitely.
But in North America, maybe not. And I honestly feel like we're going to get a sequel to this, but World of Warcraft is going to get shit on forever.
I tried doing World of Warcraft. I couldn't do it.
Did you heavily like play the game?
I made it to level 42 with a human warrior and like level 39 or something with an undead warlock. I can't remember. Some sort of undead wizard.
Okay.
And
Major warlock.
Yeah, warlock, I think. And at one point, I remember middle of the summer, I got nothing to shoot. I used to work at a TV station, so nothing to shoot. And I'm sitting there on a nice summer evening at 7:30, and I look out the window and I can hear birds chirping and like kids playing. And I just kind of went, what am I doing with my life? I turned it off and never played again. Just like that. I was like, never am I going to waste time. Because there were weekends where he'd be gone or working, and I would play for 9 hours. Just a 9-hour session just playing, 2:30 to 11:30. It's an amazing game. It's pretty cool. Like, I got sucked into it hard.
In my opinion, and everyone who listens to this can at me and disagree if they want. I don't care. I think World of Warcraft was and is revolutionary.
It was an amazing game.
It still is. Like, yes, there are more games coming out that are MMORPGs, and there are more, games to play like that are also rich in lore. Like League of Legends is another game I play, and it's really, really rich in lore. But there's just something about World of Warcraft that like hits me the same spot that like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings do, just with the rich, full encompassing stories there. And that someone just had this idea and got the ball rolling and made this huge immersive world.
Immersive was the word I was thinking.
Like turned into a convention. Like I went to BlizzCon for 3 years in a row, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Just like seeing hundreds of people from across the planet, from like the Netherlands and Australia and Canada and all around the States, even driving across the state to come to LA and like go to this convention. It was super cool and just brought people together. And not many games do that. Like there's no, like I wouldn't go to a Sonic convention.
Well, I don't think people are meeting up to discuss The Sims.
No.
What'd you do with your Sim family? Oh, I put them inside a house with no doors and I set it on fire.
Yeah. And
put them in the pool and I removed the ladder. Fuck, a evil game.
But yeah, like Sonic was everything that World of Warcraft wasn't. Like even if you like take away the game aspect, even if you're just thinking of movie to movie, the problem with World of Warcraft, which we have to review on the pod someday because I'm gonna go ham. The problem with World of Warcraft is that it was too niche and specific and was solely catered to the people who knew the lore and loved World of Warcraft. I went and saw it with my boyfriend and he was like, what the fuck's going on? Who the fuck is that? What are they talking about? Didn't we just meet this guy? What? And I'm just like, that's Medivh. That's Medivh. That's Corona. Fucking pay attention. And
I was reacting the same way as him. What the heck is going on?
And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I'll explain it to you in the car. Like,
explain it to you when the movie's done.
Yeah.
You don't need to know now. Should have studied first.
Yeah, come the fuck on. And it was too immersive, and it wasn't like a gateway movie where everyone would see it and be like, oh my God, this world is so cool. I want to play the game now and go and play in these places that were featured in the movie, like Stormwind. And Sonic is the opposite. It was too generalized and open for everyone. And it makes sense because Sonic isn't a lore-filled game, obviously. But where World of Warcraft had too much going on and too much plot and too many characters happening, Sonic was the opposite. It had too little plot and too little going on and too little characters.
I found it, excuse me, that everyone in this movie accepted this little blue alien
so easily.
Yeah, I just like, oh, he seems all right.
Yeah.
Oh, he just blew up the city with an electromagnetic pulse. He's fine. I'll help you, buddy. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if anyone, like, I don't know if I would be that quick to accept an alien. But we noticed that in movies, like even E.T.
Yeah.
E.T. was creepy. And Elliot was just like, nah, you're all right. We'll be friends. I'll protect you. Like, what if that thing can use telepathy? No, both telepathy and telekinesis.
Yes.
Move shit. Maybe he'll move your brain out of your head. So, okay. So now we meet, so we get into this. He escaped from his world with a ring. We learn that he's been living on Earth for a few years. He's following Marsden. Now we meet Marsden. And Marsden is a police officer in Green Hills.
In a small town.
In a small town that doesn't exist. I looked it up. It's nowhere. Green Hills is nowhere. Unless it's like a neighborhood in a county somewhere.
Maybe.
There's Green Valley.
Yeah.
But Green Hills is in Nashville, I think I said.
Oh, and this was supposed to be Montana.
Montana.
So.
Was it Montana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his police badge said Montana.
Yeah, so that's a fake place. Fake news.
Just like Quahog, Rhode Island.
Yeah, he's applied to be a police officer, a street cop. Yeah, he comes home and his girlfriend's like, oh, got a piece of mail for you. And it's his acceptance letter to be interviewed for the police position. Mm-hmm. I thought she opens the cake and it's like, oh, sorry you didn't get it.
San Francisco sucks anyway.
Like, whoops, wrong cake. And I'm like, who the hell can afford 2 cakes?
Yeah, what kind of life are you living that you can afford 2 huge ice cream cakes and it's just the 2 of you?
Yeah, it's that's rich to me, you know, when I don't have to worry about how much food costs at the restaurant.
Yeah.
How much a Dyson vacuum costs. Oh. And when I can afford 2 cakes. No problem.
Yeah.
You want two, not just 2 random cakes. Like they're not just making like, oh, San Francisco sucks cakes. Those are 2 custom cakes. I don't know. Well, that's like $100 cake.
Probably.
Like inflation is just shooting the price of cakes up. And now, oh man, okay. So the whole toilet paper craze is going on. And in my mind, I thought, what a great time to get into this like bidet stock. Bidets are flying off the shelves. People are like, shit, how are we going to wipe? When we can't wipe, what are we going to do? So that you can buy these bidets that like install on your toilet.
I was going to say, don't you need like plumbing? Like
you need to drill holes in the toilet tank. You need to like seal it up. You got to have some form of skills with the trade because you can smash your toilet mistakenly. They use the wrong bit, bam, just explodes. So yeah, bidets, they're just huge.
Ooh.
Those kind of messed up. I still have 22 rolls of toilet paper.
Don't tell people that. You're going to get robbed.
Yeah. What'd they steal? I don't know. My laptop and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch are still here, but all my toilet paper is gone. It's not cool. The wipes, they got the wipes.
Oh yeah, you're
flushable wipes, people.
Yeah.
No. Shit. I'm going to edit that out, too.
Yeah. Don't tell them about the fucking wipes.
I've heard about it years ago, and it's the greatest thing ever. You wipe once, maybe twice with toilet paper if you need, 1 flushable wipe, and then maybe 1 more little spot of toilet paper after.
Clean.
Get rid of the last. Clean as a baby.
Clean as a baby's bottom.
So I was asking how old Sonic is because he seems like a 10, 12 to 14-year-old.
Yeah.
The average lifespan of a hedgehog in captivity is 10 years. And they say, the internet says, it would be rare to find a 10-year-old hedgehog because that would be like finding a 104-year-old grandmother or grandfather. So that's
interesting that you looked that up.
Yeah, he's probably only like, I guess that'd be like 1 year old, maybe just over a year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be like owning a dog with that. But you got to basically, it's like your child's going to pass away in 10 years or less. He's in captivity.
Yoinks.
Marsden's in for a sad. Ooh.
And his dog looked kind of old, so I feel like Sonic and his dog would go at the same time. Also, my second note in this movie was A+ soundtrack because you opened up with a Queen song. And then that was it. Other than that, there were like no songs.
There was the one that Robotnik danced to later, but it was like a made up for the movie specifically. Well, he was running into Queen with that turtle, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That'd be intense. Can you imagine?
I'm a super somebody, look into the sky like a diamond. Knows no stopping me.
I noticed in this movie that there were points where turtles, like if a turtle all of a sudden went 300 miles an hour, that thing would be traumatized.
Yeah, it was shaking when Sonic put him down.
It would probably go flying right out of its shell at 300 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
They're not built for that. They're just being held on there by tissue, and
that's true.
It would just tear that turtle apart.
Yeah, tear him right out of his shell.
It's like, oh no, I killed another one.
Yeah.
The 10th one this week. I'm just trying to give you guys a ride.
Oh my God.
300 miles an hour. It's fast.
Yeah.
And your speed gun is sensing him. But how do you just never even catch? Well, I guess, okay, we figured out he can move at the speed of light.
Yeah.
I Googled that. That's fast. That's really fast. So in the movie, there's points where you're like, okay, he's moving at the speed of light, so he can play that baseball game by himself. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's time to change clothes and shit. But he also has the arm like that. Remember that kid in the movie, The Rookie of the Year? He breaks his arm, then he can pitch real fast.
Oh, yeah.
He's got an arm like him because he's like, you'd figure you'd be getting tired. Like, what's this thing's cardio like?
Yeah.
Can he run forever?
And when they check his heart rate later on, she's like, oh my God, like it's friggin' going. And he's like, well, that might be normal for him. You know, like.
He'd be like a hummingbird, but he's probably beating like 400 times a minute. How, like, that's why I don't think this thing can last that long.
Yeah.
He's going to die in like a year. His heart's just working 800 times harder than a human heart. See, that's why we got to know what he is, like what he really is. Who made this fucking genetically mutated hedgehog?
I think there might have been like a post-credit scene or something that we missed because I'm looking at the photos on IMDb.
Another one?
And it's showing animated.
Tails!
Yeah.
Oh! Well, we watched to the end of the one with Robotnik.
Yeah.
Hang on. We're going to pause this.
We got it, yeah.
And we're going to check right now.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. That answers that question.
Yep. Tails they're setting up a sequel.
So man, already, like, so this movie must have probably made a pretty good sized chunk of money.
I guess.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Well, anyway, while you're looking.
Yeah, I'll look for the.
So now we flash to the Pentagon. We're looking at all these military generals because this is after at the baseball game. He's like, I'm really alone. He starts sprinting around the baseball diamond, and then he explodes. So you would think he might stop when he started to feel himself charging up.
Yeah.
He's got to understand that's something that's not normal, and you're like, oh, I better slow down.
But this seems new to him, so.
I guess.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. If I start to sweat and overheat and feel my heartbeat going up, I usually don't keep that going. I usually
You're
stop.
like, yeah!
This is getting scary.
So, this... What?
What?
The budget was $95 million, and the box office was $218.8 million.
Wow.
And...
That's pretty good.
It passed Detective Pikachu as top video game movie at U.S. box office. Wow.
Video game movies are always a risk.
Yeah.
There's been some bad ones, like we did Rampage. Rampage was weak.
So weak. That's
Street Fighter's
wild.
terrible. Double Dragons. This is so many terrible
Mortal
ones.
Kombat was
Mortal
terrible.
Kombat was bad. So this, I don't understand this. The Pentagon people are sitting around. They're like, oh, this is what it isn't. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we figured out what it isn't. And this general's like, well, we're going to bring in this guy. And they're like, no.
Everyone's like, no, please don't.
He goes, we don't have a choice. Like, why don't you have a choice? You haven't explained to us why you've ruled out all of your other top scientists.
Yeah.
You haven't said, well, let's put this team on it first, then this team, and let's see what they can do. Run through those options and then go, oh, now we have no choice. Because it's like he instantly just goes, we have to go with this guy.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he got paid off.
Also, I'm reading Top 10 Things You Missed in Sonic. Number 10 was the guy that was chasing them and shot at them is Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yeah, the red one.
He's a character in like later games, isn't he?
Yeah, that...
Or is he a bad guy?
He started off as a villain due to being fooled by Eggman into thinking Sonic was his enemy.
Eggman. So Robotnik's his first choice. Okay, I have to say, I thought Jim Carrey did a fantastic job in this.
Yes,
I didn't know
agree.
what to expect, and I thought he played this character very well. And it turns out he did this because his daughter was a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the trivia.
And they gave him a ton of freedom. He says that a bunch of the dialogue from the script didn't even make it into the movie. Because they kind of just gave him, they said like, okay, this is what the scene's going to be. You do what you think is going to work. Like the dance scene that he did, they just said, this is the music in the scene. This is what's happening. You do the rest. He improv'd all that, basically.
I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I like to seeing him in this, kind of going back to his roots.
Yeah.
Of playing the really out there characters. But he did it in such a watchable...
In the, like, Ace Ventura way.
Yeah, but not over the top. Let's like...
Yeah.
He took that 90s character and just sort of lightened it up a little bit. And just tightened it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I was pretty impressed.
It was...
You motherfuckers got some badass tech, too.
I know.
Dr. Robotnik. All right. So we've got... Marsden talking to his wife here. This chick's sister is a bitch.
100%.
Just a bitter, cranky bitch.
And she, like, she doesn't stand up for her husband against her sister at all, which also pissed me off because if I had a sister and, or even if one of my best friends was like shit talking Brandon for no reason, I'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Stand by your man.
Stand by your man. Yeah.
Like
unless he's being a dick.
If my sister was talking, if I had a girlfriend or a wife and my sister was talking to her like that for no good reason, be like,
yeah.
DIVORCE his ass. Go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. It just seemed, it was unnecessary.
GOFUCKYOURSELF.
Bitch. It just seemed like an unnecessary addition to the movie.
Yeah, she was not needed whatsoever. I'm pretty sure the only reason that the sister was added is because they didn't want to give James Marsden and his wife a kid yet. But they were like, we need a kid who has small feet to give Sonic new shoes.
So wait, was that her niece then? Was it their niece? Oh, I thought maybe he was like a stepdad or something.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. But why couldn't the sister just be not a bitch?
I know.
Because it didn't add anything to the story at all because Marsden was a good guy.
Yeah.
So all it did was prove to us that the sister was a cunt. Mm-hmm. That was it. I'm like, there's no reason for you to be like this. You're obviously sour that your sister's married to a good dude who has a good heart.
You're a single mom.
Yeah.
That was just so unnecessary. And it literally served no purpose.
I guarantee you in the next movie, she'll have an even bigger part. So at this point, Marsden has discovered Sonic in his garage, about to teleport away, shoots him with a tranquilizer. The rings fall into the teleporter into San Francisco, and then he wakes up in the house in a cage, and they just become friends.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh man, you're a talking, blue-haired, porcupine spike having alien. You seem pretty cool.
That goes really fast.
Yeah. That can speak English.
Yeah.
And is like, please don't let them take me. And you're like, all right, fine. This is a classic movie thing. People love aliens.
True.
If Sonic walked up and tapped on the window right now, I don't know what I would do. I would be freaked the hell out.
Yeah. I'd scream and be like, "Oh my god!"
I have an axe, but it's in the car, so it's outside, and he's too fast. I need to be able to hit him.
No.
So that would be terrifying. I don't know if I'd want to help that thing. Like, what if it's going to open up a portal to its homeland and bring all of its buddies in here? What if they have an army? I wouldn't risk it. But anyway, he's like, sure, I'll help you. So Robotnik shows up because he's just the only person looking for this guy. The military has just given up.
Yeah.
They're not helping him at all. They do show one scene after we meet Robotnik. Oh, wait, we meet him in all this too. Where he's like, brr, here are my pods, blah, blah, blah. Go search. And they find a footprint. And then they're like, he's not from this planet. And they show the military searching the scene of where the footprint was. That's the only time we see them.
And that's it.
Yeah.
They're like, job's done.
We can all go home, fellas.
Robotnik's got this.
So Robotnik shows up at Marsden's house. What was his name in the... Tom's house.
Yeah.
Shows up to Tom's, and his hand computers were cool, but I made a note that they were extremely loud.
Yeah, they were like, beep, 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 beep.
Because he's just like nonchalantly like, oh, hold on, and puts his hands behind his back and is like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah.
And then all the drones go into the house. I'm like, how did you not hear that? The thing is loud as shit.
And why, as a police officer, would you not be suspicious that a stranger trying to get into your house suddenly puts their arms behind their back?
It's not like he looks like he's selling Girl Scout cookies or like there for a good reason.
He looks like he's selling roofies.
He looks like he had a cart back in the 1800s where he sold snake oil.
Yes.
Or he was going to do a magic trick, or he lost his monocle. Like, where's my cane? It didn't. I would be a little suspicious of him.
Yeah, 100%.
And he could be like, dude, I'm a cop. Get the fuck off my step, please.
Yeah.
Get off my porch.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Oh, Clint. Oh, Clint.
Oh, Clint.
So, oh yeah, the raccoons. Okay, this couple, or Tom here, has a dog and a dog door.
Yeah.
And a raccoon problem.
You'd think you'd board up the dog door for a little while.
I would just put, board across the front, board across the outside. Don't let the dog use it. Just let the dog in and out.
Yeah.
Keep the raccoons off of your counter from eating your cake.
Ew.
Because they've got to have disease on there. They're not the cleanest. They dig through garbage.
No. And they're known to, have rabies.
We built a fence over at a house not too far from here. And they had some resident raccoons that came and visited. So they feed them. So they give them cat food and shit. So we'd be in there having coffee and all of a sudden scratching on what the hell? It's like a blind raccoon. Where's the food? Glassy eyes. It was crazy.
Oh my God, a raccoon with glaucoma.
I just wanted to pet him. You need some weed, little bro. Here, eat this brownie.
Raccoons are so cute.
Get them high.
And they're big and round, and they have no shape, and they just roll around.
They're very weird, and they have hands.
Yeah, they actually have little tiny hands. Have you ever seen that video where the raccoon runs into the garage and steals cat food and lifts the pebbles up with the hands and he runs away on his feet?
He looks like Dobby.
Yeah.
That's what I think of as Dobby. Oh, Mr. Potter. Oh. I don't know what Dobby doesn't sound like.
Dobby is a free elf.
There you go. That's a Dobby. So these, I love how the drones get in the house after Sonic's stop, because Robotnik's gonna murder this police officer.
Yeah, straight up. It's like he has diplomatic immunity or something.
Diplomatic immunity.
I've got diplomatic immunity, so Hammer, you can't sue.
So you think of Family Guy, I think of Lethal Weapon 2. Diplomatic immunity.
I've got diplomatic immunity.
So, yeah, he's threatening this police officer with a drone. And he sent a bunch of drones into the house, but there's only one in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I would think that his technology is so advanced, it would be oh shit, we spotted him. All the other drones would come into the kitchen and be we're going to murder you if you don't let this thing go or tell us where it is. So he freaks out. Robotnik freaks out, gets a one punch from Marsden, from Tom. And he's Marsden Tom now.
Marsden Tom.
Punched in the face by Tom, and then they escape. And again, no drones following them. Nope. They get in the truck, and they start driving. And this one drone starts shooting in the house, and I made a note that they were as bad as stormtroopers.
Yeah.
It just sits in one spot. The thing can move. Boop, 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 sits in one spot and just waits. And it's like shooting the wall, shooting the counter. I'm like, just fly around. You already started flying. Why'd you stop?
Yeah.
It just seems silly.
Or maybe their like movement is controlled by Jim Carrey because that was when he was knocked out.
I don't know.
But
it was still looking for him and shooting.
That's true. It was still like Terminator-ing.
And I don't think that that he controls them. I think because like once he sends them off with his hand computer, they're just doing their own thing. They're looking for stuff. So it seemed odd.
So then, they escape in his Toyota Tacoma.
Advertising for Toyota. Mm-hmm. It's a nice truck.
Toyota and Olive Garden. And
Olive Toyotas.
They're driving on the highway to go to San Francisco, which conveniently James Marsden's wife is there. And Dr. Robotnik, I was going to say Jim Carrey. Dr. Robotnik starts like chasing after them. And he has a Russian doll of vehicles. It's just a big round like tank essentially that sounds like it has the engine of a Dodge Charger. And then that gets destroyed by Sonic. He rolls it over. And then a big 2-wheel bike.
We skipped over a big chunk of this movie now.
Oh, fuck!
Big chunk of the movie.
I forgot about the bar.
We cut back to Wade. We meet the other cop because they call in. They're like, I'm just going to call Wade. Mm-hmm. He's like, you're going to call him in that teleporter? He's like, no, it's a phone booth. So he phones her. He's like, don't tell him you're talking to me. And he's like, might be a little too late for that because this cop is so dumb. He calls them while everybody's standing there watching. He should have been like, I don't know where they are. Or no, he answers the phone.
Yeah.
Should have just hung up.
Yeah.
If he was smart. And so Robotnik gives Tom a talking to on the phone. He's like, I'm going to find you and I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And at this point, I thought, Robotnik is what happens when people who are bullied grow up to be bullies.
Yeah.
It's like, I got bullied, but I didn't grow up to be a fucking bully.
No.
I grew up to be like, I don't like bullies. I'm going to stop bullies from bullying people.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn from it. He didn't learn. He just got mad. Mm-hmm. And he's just out for a payback. So now they come and hang out at a bar. And this is ridiculous. He's got him dressed up as a cowboy. Or no, he jumps out of the truck and he goes inside, finds an outfit, because again, he's the speed of light, so he can find whatever he wants.
But who did he take that from?
A small child, it seems, because he's child size. Mm-hmm. So they're in there, and the server's like, what is that? And Tom's like, oh, he's a
43-year-old man with a skin condition.
Yeah, he's blue. And she's like, okay, cool. Like, no, what?
Yeah.
Again, everyone accepts him, no problem. They're like, oh, he's cool.
No questions asked.
Never seen anything like that in my life. He looks like some sort of small monster, like My Pet Monster. But he's cool. He can line dance, kind of.
Yeah.
We're all right with him. And at this point, he says, there's so much I haven't done. And I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm thinking, you've been here for, let's say, 3 years. Mm-hmm. 3 years on the planet. You can travel at the speed of light. How have you not done everything?
I know.
Like everything.
I guess he's been like hiding out to keep himself safe because that's what Longclaw told him to do. She's like, run and hide.
I guess. So he says, all right, help me fill out my bucket list or cross everything off. So they do some line dancing. What else do they do? A bunch of random stuff.
Riding the bull, playing arcade games, the basketball thing. Oh, yeah.
Slam dunk.
Yeah.
Play a sport.
Start a bar fight.
Because next, these guys walk up and they're like, we don't like your kind. And he's like, what's my kind?
Yeah, what fucking kind?
Hipsters. So I was so confused.
Kidding?
I was so confused because what are hipsters defined as in the rest of the world other than here? Because like I think of, what do you think of when you hear hipster?
When I hear hipster, I think of a douche who thinks that all of their choices are better than everyone else's because they decided to do them first.
But physically, what do you physically see when you hear hipster? That's what I'm going for. You look and you see, oh, that's a hipster.
Oh yeah. Physically, if I see a hipster, I think of like really like, I don't know why, but I think of like they're really tall, slender, wafy for both like male and female hipsters. Big square glasses. I'm
Scarves.
guilty of that. Scarves.
But not a warm scarf.
No, like
style scarf.
A style scarf, 100%. Yeah, it's not a wool scarf. It's like a
newsy cap.
yes.
Like a newsies hat.
Yes.
Mustache.
Oh, of course.
No beard.
A waxed
curled mustache.
Yeah. Robotnik.
One earring
Yeah.
or two? One.
And then really, really worn docks that
brown
brown docks that aren't taken care of.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah. Ripped skinny jeans.
Ripped, yes. Black.
Gray.
Fade, yes. Faded black to gray.
Like a charcoal.
And then shirt wise, we're talking t-shirt that says "I don't care."
Yeah.
And then a denim jacket over top of that, possibly with a patch.
With many patches.
No, you're getting into the realm of punk if you go too many patches.
True.
No patches. It's vintage though.
Yeah.
It's 100% vintage. And one bracelet. Actually, many bracelets and a necklace that hangs lower than it should. Yes, leather bracelet.
Into the V-neck.
Yes. And it's a deep V.
Yeah. It has to be.
There's your hipster description. Not 3 feet tall, blue, furry.
Red shirt. And an all-American looking man.
Yeah, and he was wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Like, that's not hipster.
No.
If anything, he should have just been like, midgets.
Yeah.
We don't like your kind around here.
What
With
kind?
your short legs and your big ass. You're taller when you sit down than you are when you stand up. It don't make no sense. It's true.
It is.
Ugh. So yes, I love the classic movie bar fight too. Because like once two people started swinging, everyone's like, whoa, shit, better fight each other. And you look around, you're like, everyone's fighting somebody.
Have you ever been in a bar fight before?
No, not really. Like some kerfuffles, a little shoving back and forth. Maybe someone swings, then the bouncers stop it.
Yeah.
I've stopped a couple when I worked in bars, but no, never wanted to be in one because it's so you can get hurt. You can get hit with bottles and your head hits the floor. You get sucker punched by somebody. I've seen at where I was playing crib over at the Brewskis there last year. And saw this group of young people and they started fighting and this dude just ran up beside this guy and sucker punched him from behind. He couldn't even see and just boom, left hook to the jaw. Dropped him. He's like, "That's what happens, motherfucker." I'm like, "What? No, that's so shitty."
Yeah.
How'd you do that to somebody?
If you're gonna go after someone and punch them, don't be a little pansy ass bitch.
Don't be a little bitch. Eat the haunted ghost pepper chips, you punk.
Don't be a little bitch.
Don't be a little bitch. So I like the slow mo, and this was kind of cool. So he based. This is where I was like, "How fast can he go?" And he can go at the speed of light. So everything just basically stops for him, which would be so cool.
Yeah.
What show was that in?
X-Men, Days of Future Past, Quicksilver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that? No, I was thinking Avengers Infinity War, where who's running and Thanos is like, "I can see you." Isn't that?
I don't.
Who can move really fast in Avengers?
Ant-Man? I don't think it was Avengers and Thanos.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of the Flash in when they're fighting Superman in
Justice
League. Yes.
DC, not Marvel.
DC, whatever. Because it's Superman just kind of like, I see.
Yeah,
you,
he
Dick,
turns and
like,
looks at him.
Oh, no. Gah, Barry Allen gets taken down.
Barry Allen.
So at this point, I was like, okay, what's his wife thinking now? And then I realized later, oh, she lives in San Francisco. He lives in Green Hills. She doesn't even know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because they just show up later. And I found this car. Okay, so they're in the car now because this is where the whole Robotnik fight starts.
Yeah.
So they're in the car now, and Sonic's like, you can't leave Green Hills. Man, what are you thinking trying to be better and do something different? Stay where you belong. I'm like, you are a horrible friend,
I
Sonic.
know, like...
You're holding them back.
You selfish ass.
You were going to leave.
Yeah,
you sack of shit.
Yeah, you're literally about to go get your rings to be like, deuces, going to the mushroom thing.
Do what I tell you to do, but I'm going to leave, so bye.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So when did he floss? Sonic floss. I wrote down Sonic floss and gross.
Yeah, he flossed because he rolled into Robotnik's big tank.
That's right.
And then he thought he got it and he was like, hey, look at me dancing. And I'm like, no.
So then another car pops out of that car and we're like, oh man, the car inside a car.
And then after the big bike gets done, then a single wheel...
A unicycle.
Unicycle robot starts coming after them. And then when they deal with that, just a single mini helicopter ball comes out. And it's a bomb.
Cuts the roof off of their vehicle.
Yeah.
With a laser. And then it turns into it cuts the roof off and the roof explodes off.
Yeah.
Like
and
just,
the laser doesn't just it should have cut through them if it's going through the car.
Should have cut through the entire car. Like there just would have been 4 pieces of vehicle left and they would have had no legs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of logistics. I don't even know what I was going to say.
Logistics.
A lot of logical mistakes in this movie. You know how I am with logic. I don't even know. That's probably not even the right word. People are listening going, you're using the wrong word, Jeff. Like, whatever. So this, again, like he gets the one quill, tests it. So this is where the scene of him dancing comes from.
So good.
And it's like unlimited power. So you brought up the point. Down the road, Robotnik has one, unlimited power. Sonic is made of these things.
Yeah.
So why can Robotnik
keep up?
Yeah, so we'll get to that. But now they get to San Francisco from this magical land of Green Hills, and they get to his wife's place, and they tie
his wife's sister's place.
Yes, wife's sister's place. Tie the sister up. Thank God, after she passes out when she sees this little monster in his arms, and. So Sonic's been barefoot his whole life.
No, he was wearing tattered white shoes.
Oh, those were shoes.
Yeah, they just had
socks.
No, he was wearing socks too that had holes in them, and then shoes that had holes in them.
Okay, so he had been wearing shoes the whole time. Because I was thinking, throwing on a pair of shoes after living your whole life barefoot, gonna mess your feet up.
Yeah,
because you're not used to it. You're gonna be fucked. But never mind. My point isn't a point anymore. Oh, at some point, oh man, who says jar of farts?
Oh, Sonic, when they're on the roof of the...
Oh, yes, the Telemerica building.
Yeah, he's in the duffel bag and he's like, oh my God, what's in here? Jar of farts?
Right. You can trap a fart in a jar.
Yes, you can.
It's disgusting. My brother did it once in the work truck. He farted in there, trapped it. We went out, worked for 3 hours, came back in, and my boss... opened up the jar and he was like, oh God, it's still in there. And it came into the truck.
Oh my God.
It was a 3-hour-old fart. It was gross. So now, all right. So this movie, they flipped it. The bad guy always makes the classic bad guy mistake of talking too much. And then the good guys come back and win.
Yeah.
In this one, the good guys made that mistake. They sat there like, well, I'm going to go to the mushroom planet now. Better get going. It was good to see you. It's like, well, pick up the pace here. Robotnik's not dead. Like you can't think he's dead. Mm-hmm. So get on it. And then, like, of course, right at the last second, Robotnik shows up. And you're like, oh man, really? It was an extremely predictable movie.
Oh, yeah. And then they start fighting.
And yeah, now he can go just as fast as Sonic. Which is wild. But this, again, logically, Robotnik's never traveled this fast. He's never traveled at the speed of light. And I can't imagine that a human would be able to endure that speed of travel.
No, especially not in, like, his aircraft. Like, it wasn't built to withstand that.
Because he didn't just build it.
No.
He just discovered that he has the power.
Yeah.
And
once again, he's like keeping up with Sonic going just as fast as he is, but he has one quill powering his whole ship, whereas Sonic has thousands powering his whole body. How?
Sonic's been traveling at that speed his whole life. He knows how to handle it.
Yeah.
Robotnik doesn't.
No.
He would it would be like traveling at light speed in a spaceship. You have to calculate what's in front of you and where you're going and any potential there's millions of things that could go wrong. And you're traveling this fast in a city.
Yeah.
Through portals.
Oh yeah, because they keep jumping.
None of it made sense at all. Like I wrote down, like Robotnik is handling all of this travel well. And then, why did I write, why not blow Robotnik up Sonic?
Oh.
A point where he could blow him up?
Yeah. When after they keep jumping portal to portal to portal, they finally, the last portal they jump to is Green Hills. And we think like Sonic's dead and he's lying down. And then James Marsden, exposition between Tom and Robotnik. And Robotnik's like he's an animal. Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, because he's my friend. And then Sonic that's the magic word.
Friend.
And then wakes up and starts recharging and then charges at Robotnik's ship and completely eradicates his ship into pieces.
Very easily.
But Robotnik's fine. He didn't blow Robotnik up.
Just blasted him to the mushroom planet.
Yeah.
Oh, and I remember why I wrote this down, because there was a point where they got to Egypt.
Right.
And he's running around in a circle, creating a dust storm.
Yeah.
That's when I thought, why not just do the EMP thing you did before? Blast him, stop his ship. Because that, I would think, would work, because it knocks out all the power. So it's an EMP. It knocks out electrical devices. His spaceship is electrical. Even though it's being run from your quill, it's still transferring that energy into an electronic system. Yeah. So he could have just been like, boom, and shut him down right there in Egypt and left him there. Been like, I'm going to leave now. So that's true. Was an option right there. But because he knows he did it once, I think now he should be like, oh, if I go really fast like that, I can blow people up and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
That would have been the perfect place to do it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so then we get to the end, because he beats him really easy. He was like, all right, cool, I'm going to hang around.
Yep.
And then Marsden just tells the FBI, whoever shows up, just like, nah, I haven't seen him. See you later. And they're just like, oh,
okay.
If you hear anything, let us know.
And he's like, nope, never heard of him. Disappeared.
They give him a $50 gift card.
Yeah.
To Olive Garden.
Their house is destroyed, and the government is like, thank you for keeping this a secret. Here's...
Wink.
Yeah. Oh, what is this? Are we going to be able to fix the house?
You can have 2 bottomless pasta bowls and half a liter of wine. So they put him up in the attic, and his bed is a car.
Yeah, he has a race car bed. I wanted one of those when I was a kid.
So, all right, so we rate this, and then you come up with a great idea.
Yeah.
For after that. So, okay, all right. This was watchable.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. I loved Jim Carrey's performance. Thought it was great. And would I watch it again? No, never. I'm never going to watch it again. But it was all right. I'm going to give it 7 golden rings out of 22 overgrown after credit Robotnik mustaches.
Okay. Okay. I will give this Oh, I will give this 5 electric quills out of 12 dirty, worn out pairs of sneakers.
Damn.
Because there were one thing I really liked was when Sonic and Robotnik were facing off at the very end for the last time. Sonic's reflection of him glowing blue with his eyes in Robotnik's glasses. I thought that was really well done.
It was cool.
I'm glad they took the people's hatred for the first rendition of Sonic from the trailer to heart and fixed it.
He looked awful.
Yeah, he looked creepy
Like,
and
I didn't
gross.
really realize until I looked at that comparison photo and thought, ugh.
And I'm like, the motion capture was good because it was motion capture for Sonic's face. And the, like, Marsden's acting with, you know, a puppet essentially was good.
Always impressed by that when they're, acting with nothing.
Yeah. But I shan't watch this again.
No. It was neat. I'm sure we'll review the sequel too.
Probably.
So now,
I gotta cue this up too.
Are we going to try and do simultaneously again?
Yes.
So Katie came up with a fantastic idea. So because we watched the trailer. What did we watch the trailer for last time? Oh,
Fast 9.
oh
It's
my
delayed.
God.
It's delayed now because of coronavirus.
Everything's getting
to
delayed.
April 2021. It was supposed to come out this summer.
We're all gonna.
We're all gonna die.
We're not going to the movie theater for a long time. I thought I want to see Bad Boys for Life, and I'm like, no, I'm not risking sitting in a movie theater right now.
No.
So I found the Derailed official trailer 2019 horror movie.
Derailed? Oh my God. Okay, one sec.
D-Railed
2019 trailer?
2019.
Is it this top one?
I think so. Yes, with the crazy. She's like,
Which she's like, ah!
Yes.
Okay, one sec.
So I have it.
Oh, I need to get rid of this advertisement.
I have it at 0 right now. I can see the prestigious International Film Fest.
Oh, I meant prestigious too. Okay, ready?
So on 1, 2, on 3 we press it?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yours is a little bit ahead of mine. It's all good. So now we're watching the preview for Derailed, the movie that we're going to do next episode.
Oh, it's fully sunk.
I welcome you to the entry. Mystery.
He looks like a rapist.
Yeah.
Conclusion of this evening, someone.
Ah!
It's the top hat. Oh, it was him.
He's dead. No, he's not. I'm afraid he is.
I think this is real.
Indeed it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is a robbery.
What?
Oh.
Aliens? What river did they land in? We're not on Earth anymore. Get away from her, you bitch!
Honestly. Oh.
Wow.
Gotta be some way to stop it.
This is just the way it is.
Things will never be the same.
Okay.
So that won a ton of awards by the looks of it.
Words we've probably never heard
But
of.
it looks so cheesy.
It just immediately got right into the shit. It was like, yeah, we're on a train. It's kind of like Murder on the Orient Express Clue edition. Is this set in the 1920s or is it a theme thing?
Is it on Earth or is it on a different planet?
And then suddenly, boom, they're in the river and this creature, a cross between the queen alien from Aliens and the creepy blind things from The Descent. Like,
Is it out? Is the movie out?
yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh, yes. Amazon
Video.
Prime. All right. Okay, cool. We'll do that next. What the heck was I going to say?
Whoa.
Anyway, the usual, the call to arms. Follow us, subscribe, like, and share, and comment, and give us ideas for more movies you want to watch. Or we're just going to keep picking the ones that we feel like.
Yeah.
There's something else I was going to say. Crap. Oh, well. We're going to be here. We're going to keep doing these podcasts because there's nothing else to do in this world anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's quarantined and nobody goes anywhere. All shows are canceled. So we'll just
All
keep doing
sports
this.
are canceled.
Yeah. We'll keep pumping out podcasts for your listening pleasure.
There we are.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
This is Real Garbage.